There's a difference between like a mousse and a foam. Like a mousse is kind of like a whipped gel. It's thicker, it's heavier, whereas a foam is much more watery, it's much more lightweight. Maybe we'll talk with the development team about what might make more sense. I mean, if it's a foam, foams typically add more volume, and again, they can be lightweight. A great option for finer hair that is very easily weighed down, because they'll still give you hold.
That could actually be really awesome.
Stop, look what just came in. Whoa. These are the first samples. I've got 2 different versions, and I'm gonna prep with the curl leave-in conditioner and then a little bit of the curl cream. Okay. I forgot they're fragrance-free. Smells very, very like fragrance-free, but very soft and pleasant. Silky, very conditioning, very serumy indeed.
It would be launching August 2022.
I don't want to rush this.
Yeah, we don't want to rush
this is a big project, and
you don't want to rush it.
We definitely want to put our all into it and really make sure from both ends that it's the best it can be. What's good, everybody? It's your main girls, Mel, curly hairstylist,
And Amanda, just curly.
and since our last routine update, there have been some changes.
But not really.
I mean, we have been using this for the past 2 years
But we haven't told you about it yet.
because we weren't allowed to, but finally, it's his time.
And the best part about it is that it's very easy. It can work for any curl type. And it delivers moisturized curls,
Without weighing them down,
hold,
without being crunchy or drying,
and offers frizz protection.
even in high humidity.
And it's really simple. Let us show you how we do it.
So without further ado, let's get to it. Oh my goodness, we're doing it. We've done it. First, we're gonna do this. We're gonna prep our hair for our routine. This is the only leave-in product and cream that we will be applying. It's the Verb Ghost Prep. What's nice about this is it's gonna give weightless moisture, but it's also gonna give us slip and protection.
And we're both going to be using the same routine today, so you're gonna see me using the exact same thing Mel does, although we don't have the same hair type. If you're new here, I have really thick, coarse hair, and it's obviously much longer than Mel's.
My texture tends to be a lot finer. I have a good amount of it, but the strands are fine, and using the wrong products, something very heavy, can easily weigh it down.
And that's why we love creating these videos, because we love showing products that work for both of us so that we can really help you figure out if they're gonna work for you too.
We also want to mention that both of our hairs are color treated, and we have medium to high porosity hair, as most of us curly hairs do, which means our hair can very easily lose the moisture. So it's very important to go in with a leave-in prep product.
Using a prep product is a step that we never skip. This one's really nice because it has heat protection, and I personally really love how it pairs with the styling product that we're gonna do.
It's always best to make sure that your hair is nice and detangled before doing this, because when you have control over your hair, by detangling it, it's gonna make it so much easier to style.
And now I'm curious, are you one of those people that doesn't section their hair? I know it's very tempting to just kind of
Stop your products
exactly, but honestly,
it makes the biggest difference.
It makes the biggest difference, and honestly, for me specifically, because I have thick hair, I find when I do that, it takes me longer because I'm using more product and I'm not doing it correctly, and then I'm there for even longer because it's not coming out how I want it to come out. So it may look like an extra step, but it's not. It's really, really important.
Precisely. Ideally, you don't want to apply any more product than needed. And that was something that was really important to us when we were creating the product that we're about to reveal to you now. Introducing the Verb Curl Foaming Gel. Is it a gel? Is it a foam? Maybe it's both.
So why did we create a foaming gel, and why are we skipping our curl cream, which you'd never see us skip in our hair care routines? What's so different about this product and this routine?
Well, although creams are very important in our routine, we always need a gel, a mousse, a foam, some sort of hold, something to give us longevity in our routine. But unfortunately, a lot of the times, and we're gonna start pumping, okay, watch this.
And don't shake it, by the way. You never shake a foam.
No need to shake. As I was saying, unfortunately, sometimes those products can leave your hair feeling very crunchy, kind of give that very 90s, early 2000s wet look that may or may not be desirable.
Yeah, so that's why we always recommend using a curl cream before your gels and mousses. And that's why we always did that as well.
In many of the routines that I have shared throughout this channel, A lot of the times we do not brush through gel. Why? Because brushing through a gel can leave the hair looking extra crunchy and crispy, but also a lot of the times gels just don't distribute nicely through the hair.
They'll flake.
They can be very flaky. They can also leave your hair feeling like
Dry.
seaweed, dry. They may not have slip to be able to distribute like this. But when I tell you that the hair is silky smooth right now, that is the difference with the curl foaming gel. It's a gel that foams. The foam aspect adds a lot of spreadability to the hair. It allows you to evenly distribute it, as we are doing, without using too much. We have applied very sparingly, just a few pumps, and now we are styling with our brush. I'm using a wide tooth comb. It's a dual-ended wide tooth comb.
And I'm using a detangling brush. This one's from Tangle Teaser as well as Mell's comb. I personally, I love to use a detangling brush because I have a lot of hair, and this really speeds up the process for me because it's a large brush and I'm able to define big chunks of hair at one time.
I'm using this because I can get volume and definition all in one tool and all in one product.
I noticed that Mell's ends were dry as she was styling, and if you're styling your hair and you're noticing that it looks frizzy while it's wet it down again and then try styling it again with your brush. If you're still noticing that it looks frizzy after defining it with your brush, then take a little bit more product. It's really important that your hair does not look frizzy while it's wet, because you're not going to get good results.
Because if it looks frizzy when it's wet,
it'll be frizzy when it's dry.
Frizzy when it's dry. It is important to make sure that the hair is nice and wet when you are doing your curly hair routine. That's going to really work for all textures. Doesn't have to be soaking, but you want even saturation all throughout your hair. Because we have been talking a lot, my hair is drying rapidly. That's unfortunately the case for when you have high porosity hair. High porosity hair can dry very, very quickly until you put in products. When you put in a lot of heavy products, it can take forever to dry. And what's nice about this is although we are using it to style, and it is going to help to keep moisture in our hair, it doesn't take forever to dry because it is water-based and, once again, so lightweight. So I'm just going to finish my brushing, move on to the top, and we'll get into a little bit more of the nitty-gritties of the ingredients. To any of you that are new to our channel and aren't familiar with this brush styling technique that we are doing, well then I hope that you subscribe and I hope that you look closely and see that we work vertically off of the head and work by smoothing. We are using the brush and our hand to smooth, create a little hair sandwich. Honestly, this changed my mind. This changed my whole mind on wide tooth combs.
So now we're going to move on to the top section of our hair, and nothing's really changed for me personally, especially since the last time you guys saw our routine.
So we're just going to move through this top section while we talk a little bit more about the ingredients here.
So personally, why I really wanted to create a foaming gel is, especially if you've been here for a long time, you know I love my mousses. I also love using foams. However, I find when I use a mousse, I need to use a cream, again, because they're drying.
But there is a big difference between a mousse and a foam.
Yeah.
Hence why we don't shake this bottle. This is a foam and not a mousse. A mousse you will see in an aerosol can that you have to shake and then dispense. They can be very moisturizing. They can even weigh down the hair depending on the type of mousse that you are using. Foams like the one we are using come in a pump and are typically water-based like this one.
But unlike this one, a lot of foams don't add hold to the hair. And when it came to foams, I also had to use my creams and my gels afterwards because they weren't hydrating or give hold, but they did really help with the volume. So what's great about this is it gives you all three. It really is a game-changing product.
Listen, the proof is in the pudding, but let's talk about the recipe. First, it'll be easier to explain my non-negotiables and criteria of what I wanted this product to be so you can understand what went into it. This had to be vegan and cruelty-free. I also wanted it to be gluten-free, fragrance-free, dye-free, free of coconut oil and aloe vera gel, no glycerin, and no silicones. None of these ingredients are bad for your hair, but some people's hair can't take them. And we wanted to make sure that this product would be as versatile and inclusive as possible for everyone's hair with texture. Skin-loving oils like jojoba oil, which is rich in antioxidants to protect the hair from free radicals and environmental damage, while conditioning the strands to boost softness and shine, even if your hair is fine. water-soluble polyquaternariums. Polyquats are not only conditioning, but they help to keep the hair feeling smooth and more resistant to humidity, as well as Verb's proprietary sunflower curl complex. Sunflower seed extract is super nourishing for the hair while also providing natural UV protection, which helps prevent color fading. And sunflower oil helps with water retention. It's going to lock the water into our hair where we need it, making the hair less frizzy and giving so much shine. While it is fragrance/perfume free, this does contain grapefruit oil to add a natural scent to the formula so that it doesn't smell bad, but also won't give you the headache of using a strong fragrance in your product. When it came to using proteins in the formula, we know that proteins are wonderful for the hair and everyone needs them. But since everyone needs proteins differently, we opted to include amino acids in the formula, which are the building blocks of protein, but come in much smaller molecules and much lower doses, so that it can still help to fortify and strengthen the hair, preventing breakage and damage when styling, but without going overboard because the excess easily washes away. We personally have been testing the product for the last year and a half, but we also tested the product on 22 volunteers with different types of curls, and due to the foaming aspect of the gel, which really helps with spreadability throughout the hair, 90% of consumers said the product applied evenly onto the hair, and 86% of consumers said the product helped tame frizz for up to 24 hours. The lab found that the curl foaming gel shows an 85% reduction in combing force, which you can see as we are so easily brushing this through and detangling it through our hair, while also giving us maximum hold from the product. The curl foaming gel reduces frizz by 84% for up to 72 hours at high humidity. You can use it to smooth, you can use it to scrunch, you can use it to twist, you can use it to twirl, you can use it with a cream, you can use it on its own. You can use it to air dry, you can use it to diffuse. However you choose to use the curl foaming gel, make sure you use our code MELL, MELL, CFG. This code exclusively gives you a 10% discount on this new product launch that we are so incredibly proud of. I want you to take a good look at our hair right now. It already looks phenomenal. Well, as we said, if it's frizzy when it's wet, it's going to be frizzy when it's dry. And if it's frizzy when it's wet, it's because maybe you didn't have enough water in your hair. Maybe you didn't have enough product, or the product wasn't moisturizing enough. Because this product allowed us to glide through our hair so easily, it's looking basically frizz-free. Yeah. Now we're going to get to scrunching. You may or may not like to scrunch your hair, but we are going to bring life back into the curls after smoothing and brush styling. So we're going to first scrunch with our hands. So we're going to just scoop and squish. Did you listen? Did you hear that? Scoop, and that's water and moisture in our hair. The thing is, when there's so much water and moisture in your hair, sometimes it can take away from the hold. So something that you can do to get more longevity and more hold out of your hair, especially if it tends to fall flat and limp easily, is to remove the extra moisture out of your hair with your microfiber towel. These ones are ours, and we're just gonna, some people call it micro plop. We're gonna squish and squeeze and scrunch. What's great about this is it will also absorb any excess product if that's something that you've accidentally been a little heavy-handed with.
And in my case, for someone who has a lot of hair, it can often take a long time to dry. So doing this really helps cut down my drying time with a diffuser.
Without rubbing, without causing any excess frizz. Now back to adding extra hold.
Hold is so important, and I really emphasize hold in pretty much every routine that we do.
It gives shape and structure to the hair. So we're gonna refortify just a little, 2 extra pumps here, and give our hair one last scrunch before we are ready to diffuse dry.
Before I do diffuse though, there's something that I do, and I've been doing this for a while now. I still take my alligator clip and I like to place this literally just above my forehead. It really helps me create lift at my roots and helps mold my hair out of my face, because one of my biggest pet peeves is having my hair in my face. So this keeps my hair out of my face while it's drying, as well as helps mold it out of my face for when it's already finished and dry.
Now, doing that, using an alligator clip, it will create a little crimp at the roots, which is okay. That's something that you like. It fits your curl pattern well as well.
Yes, it does.
For me, I have really liked using these roller jaw clips for root clipping. These really help my roots to dry with volume all over. And the best part is the teeth are very well spaced out so that they don't cause, again, a crimp in the hair or brush out the curl too much. They are made for curls and they're fabulous. And just like this, we could dry however we'd like. We always do prefer to diffuse, which is what we're gonna go do and come back with the results to finish this routine. Here we have the dry results in the cast. Just like any gel, foam, mousse, you're gonna experience a little bit of crunch, but what's different with this is it is so flexible, so soft, flake-free, and extremely easy to crunch out.
So to finish the routine, we always like to use an oil. You know this is one of our favorites. We use it all the time. It's the Verb Ghost Oil. So not only is this going to help us break the cast though, it's also going to help seal and protect the hair throughout the day.
This is a step that we never skip.
I also want to mention, when you're using an oil, make sure to emulsify it in your hands before you touch your hair. So this way you can evenly distribute the product throughout your hair.
We want to apply it by starting towards the tips with a gentle smoothing motion.
Yeah.
Very gently. You may even gently clap if you're worried about smoothing, maybe pulling out a little bit of your curl definition, more for wavies. Just very gently clap, tap, smooth, fluff out that crunch.
Yeah. And you can see how easily the cast is being broken up. We've barely kind of smoothed in the oil and you can already see it's really broken up. We're loosening up the cast a lot, but we're still not going to lose that hold throughout the week.
And I really want you to see how volumizing this routine has been. Now, we really wanted to share with you the minimalist version of this routine, just using a very light leave-in and then just the curl foaming gel on its own.
But of course, the curl foaming gel was made to work really well with the entire Verb curl line, and we've used it like this many times at the Verb photo shoot. Our hair was styled using the entire line, so you could see it there. But we really just wanted to show you how effective this product is on its own, just using a leave-in.
Now that the routine is done, before we go out and have fun in the sun and the humidity, we need to tell you where you can get this.
So you can actually shop this now, available on Verb's direct website. We're going to link it for you below, as well as include a discount code that's exclusively going to give you a really good deal on the gel itself.
Not only will you get a discount when you use the code, but using our code specifically helps support the creators that created this product. And all of your support honestly means the absolute world to us. You know that we would not let you down. These results cannot lie. And we just can't wait for you to get your hands on this. So when shopping for this, use our code. The links will be in the description box below. And now you know the secret reveal, what's been in our hair routine.
We hope you guys love the product as much as we do. We've been dying to finally share this product with you.
We'll share other routines that you can see us using this in the description box below if you want to see other videos
On different hair types like wavy hair.
And if you aren't already subscribed, make sure that you do so you can continue to see our videos each and every Texture Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching. Peace! If this chair breaks on me, I will probably be traumatized for at least a week. You look very short, straight on your back. You know, my chair's lower than yours. I'm not sure what's happening.
You might just have a longer torso than me.
We will first be prepping. Are you okay?
No, where's my towel?
Why would you use that?
I didn't have a clip. You didn't give me one.
You know where the clips are. That's not an excuse.
Really? Now you're gonna have that?
It's not time for a healthy snack.
No!
I can't have a healthy snack in the middle of film.
No!
It's... Any in your teeth? Any in your teeth? There's always something in your fucking teeth. There's not. Okay. Oh, 3, 2, 1.